Next, we're going to talk about the differences between technical lineage and business lineage. Technical lineage is really the documentation of technical information. So it includes the physical tables, columns, schemas, and databases where the data is stored in. It will also include detailed transformations, such as ETL jobs, and really show how the data is transformed between each of the hops. Hops are like every occasion that the data is stored physically, meaning when it's stored in a table or a data warehouse. The transformations obviously happen between the different hops. Business lineage provides a more business-friendly view. It typically hides the technical details. It will show you like more of a system and maybe like a business term view of certain data along the way. And it will also show the business use of the data. So you will see the reports and the applications where the data is used in the end. So in the old days, lineage documentation really meant a lot of tabular documentation, meaning that you have enormously big Excel spreadsheets that would show like different hops and all of the physical columns within these hops that were really, really difficult to navigate and to trace the data through. Today, Collibra offers great diagrams, a great diagram feature, which allows you to add and remove detail as you need it, really, and depending on the audience that you present the lineage to. And it really makes it a whole lot easier to show how the data flows. So the documentation of technical lineage can consume a lot of time, especially if it's done manually. So the question is really, how can the lineage documentation be automated? But before we look at that, let's look at the various different levels of automation, the way I see them. First off, there's no automation at all, which means that you're documenting the technical metadata information, your tables, schemas, and columns, either manually in Excel, use the import functionality of Collibra to import it, or you're creating these assets in Collibra directly through the UI. You would then go ahead and add on the transformations manually through adding on complex relations. A higher level of automation can be achieved through Collibra Connect, which is our MuleSoft product, which allows you to source existing metadata catalogs. So you will be able to source technical metadata information again, such as columns, schemas, table information automatically. And it will also tie the columns to the tables and tables to schemas. What it will not do is document the transformations that occur between the different hops. So that is then something that you would have to do manually. The highest level of automation can be achieved through lineage automation tools. So you get like a full view of all technical metadata information with your column names, your table names, schema names, and you get the documentation of the transformations that occur in between. Collibra also offers a stitching functionality that allows you to document how the data jumps from one system to the next. This is typically done manually. So what happens is that you use a tool on some SQL-based data store, and you get fully automated lineage within that particular system or data store. And you might have fully automated lineage for your next data store as well. But in between those two, you would have to manually connect the dots, as people say, which means like connect the source data fields to the target data fields. And that's really what stitching is, and it is done manually.